Well, I'll tell you what comes first, guys. Is so more recently, the last visit I had my kid, we're going through our video games, and he gets curious about this one, and I'm like, "Oh, that's Grand Theft Auto." I don't know if you're old enough to play that yet, but you know what? Let's give her a go because I need some entertainment. So my kid loads up GTA 5, and the first thing he says as this game loads up is, "Dad, this isn't Grand Theft Auto, it's GTA." And that was the first moment of parenting where I'm like, "Oh, God damn it, these kids." But then he gets to playing, and the quotes I have from my son doing this, priceless. Firstly, do you want a piece with me? Do you want a piece with me? As he's driving the car and running people over.
Okay.
But then he steals a police car and he's driving around. And he's like, "I can do whatever I want. I'm the police." And all I thought to myself was, "Man, you don't know how right you are, man. You don't know how right you are."
Oh my God.
It's well, started controversial. It's Wallop Rewind. And it's WrestleMania season. Rylan Turner joined, as always, by Vince Delgado. Vince, how are you, sir?
I want to say I'm doing well, but as we established, I have a fountain in my nose and a tornado, hurricane, Delgado is going up in there in one nostril, and like Fernandez, tsunami in the other one. So man, but I'm happy to be here. Everything's under control for now. We'll see what happens.
It's WrestleMania season.
Yeah, I might be leaking during this match, just like a Mick Foley match. So just like different bodily fluid running around here. So, but other than that, we're good, man. I'm happy to be here.
And Vince, this is a very special episode because it's WrestleMania season, which means that things are changing here at Wallop Rewind.
Oh yeah,
and we are adding a third chair to the review team, and that man he's known as Juss Santos, but to us, he's the homie Juss.
Appreciate that. Appreciate the intro. Appreciate the intro.
Welcome to Wallop Rewind, and man, it's going to be so much fun to have you here for the next, period of time that we're doing all this, because you've been somebody who I've loved podcasting with for quite a while now. But I've never watched old wrestling with you before. So I can't wait. Like me and Vince and the time that we've been together, have discovered Rene Dupree has the perfect nickname with the BFD. Big French Dick. We got to watch more 2003. We got to get more Big French Dick in our life.
Oh man, those imprints left an imprint on me.
Sacre bleu.
Shout out to Fifi
for some lockjaw action.
Oh Jesus. Rene Dupree does a podcast. We could probably get him to guest star too. This is
I mean,
that's got to be a goal. That's got to be. We should put that on our 2026 vision board at the start of the year. Like a vision board with like Rene Dupree,
big French dick.
Yeah, just his dick imprint like on the vision board.
I mean, maybe definitely that's something that we could definitely try to work on. I know that at one point in time, we were part of a same wrestling retweet, and he was in that same that group.
Yeah.
So maybe I could say, fellow retweeter, I used to tweet your shows. Maybe that might be a way to.
Oh, there
you know.
See,
I might have the in because I'm Canadian. I might.
Okay.
I'm 3 hours away from this guy right now. I could, if I knew how to drive,
so,
I could get there. But as we established, no driving.
Yeah, just. Oh my god! Yeah,
guys, it's WrestleMania season, and we had a Royal Rumble pool, which I gotta tell you, I looked back at the list of people who competed in this Royal Rumble pool, and Vince, you got on there. Just you missed it. You missed it this year.
Yeah, unfortunately. Next one. We'll do
next one, man. Let me tell you, oof. Oof. Just kidding. Daniel Kubiak won our Royal Rumble pool this year, and I guess he has something in common with both of you because he's a local Chicago boy, and he chose WrestleMania 22 live from Chicago for us to review this evening. And let me tell you, this is a WrestleMania of a mixed bag.
It's a trail mix of a WrestleMania.
It was a trail mix for sure. For sure. I'm gonna quickly check if I have any messages from Rob about facts about this. Oh, here we go. We got some facts about this show. Here we go. Going into WrestleMania 22, it was April 2nd of 2006. 17,155 attended with a buy rate of 955,000 in a time where wrestling was kind of in a down. So almost a million buys isn't bad for Mania.
No,
especially
and
for this Mania.
Yeah, and according to if commentary is to be believed in the main event, the show, like the pay-per-view, sold out in like 6 minutes.
I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, the prices were probably a fraction of what they are now, so I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I mean,
$20 for the fourth row.
People were packed up in there, and that's without them doing the new Triple H trope of like, let's just put like a ball, like a giant like flat screen TV as a stage and call it a day. You know, they actually had a little mini stage, which I like. It's one of my favorites.
Yes, it's underrated.
Yeah. What other facts you got?
This is the third Mania from the Allstate Arena, as Mania 13 was there as well, which we've reviewed here on this show, as well as the middle part of WrestleMania 2, which was part of the 3 different cities WrestleMania. It was still known as the Rosemont Arena at that point.
Still is. Still is by me.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, we have a hard time here in Chicago calling things by their new names. Yeah, we have a hard time letting go.
Okay.
It's not the Willis Tower, it's the Sears Tower.
It's Sears. It's still Comiskey Park, even though they changed it like 5 times, you know.
Exactly.
All right. For a company who put Roman numerals behind most of the Manias, all 3 of these didn't have the highest grossing one-day event in the arena history. The final Mania to be held in the arena, every Mania after, with the exception of COVID, has been held in a stadium. Okay, so this was the last arena.
Yeah. Which, honestly, isn't a bad thing, because I thought like it did help like encapsulate like the crowd, and you could actually hear like everyone. And my only thing with like a giant stadium is that sometimes like the crowd noise just like disappears to the thin air, figuratively and literally. So
okay, what else do I have here? Triple H won the fight to right Cena for the title following a Road to WrestleMania tournament where he beat RVD and Big Show in the finals to punch his ticket. Rey won the Rumble for his shot at and his tribute to the great Eddie Guerrero. The lead up to Vince versus Shawn was strange. At one point, Shane McMahon forced Shawn's face into Vince's ass, and Shawn threw urine at the McMahons. Very Vince-like booking. Art imitates life. Good for you, Rob.
Unfortunately.
Joey Styles doing commentary for Edge versus Foley holds a special place in the heart, or in his heart.
In Rob's heart.
In Rob's heart. The 18-man battle royale was a dark match won by Viscera, Big Vis, in his pajama era.
Oh, love the Big Vis.
Yeah.
This Mania is highly regarded by critics as a top 5 Mania of all time. I don't know about that. We'll talk about it.
So I also have some fun facts when you're done here.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay, I promise I'm almost done. Rob came heavy this month.
I love it.
Triple H, Cena, and Edge feuded coming out of this. The Shawn Michaels Vince angle went into the infamous McMahons versus Shawn Michaels and God match the next month, which also led into DX reuniting in the summer. Umaga debuted the night after this WrestleMania, which I didn't know, which is funny.
Interesting.
He attacked Ric Flair, which I do remember. RVD cashed in his briefcase at one night stand against Cena. The Meltzer ratings for the matches, the tag team title match got 1.75. The Money in the Bank got 4 stars. Benoit and JBL got 2.75. Foley and Edge got 4 stars. Booker T and Charmel versus the Boogeyman got 1 or -1. I can't tell. Mickey James versus Trish got 2. Taker versus Henry got 1.5. Vince versus Shawn got 3.5. Ray versus Orton versus Angle got 3.5. The pillow fight got a dud. And Triple H versus John Cena got a 3.75. How that's highly regarded, I don't know. We'll find out. Guys, it's time to talk about WrestleMania 22. Josh, I'm so happy you're here for this. I'm so happy you're here. I have so many strong opinions.
It's a it's a Chicagoland WrestleMania. So
Chicagoland area.
We had to be here. I want to clarify that, but but of course we had to be here,
No, and honestly, I'm just happy that we're covering this WrestleMania without me picking it, because I try not to be the homer on the rewinds when it's my turn to pick all the Chicago pay-per-views, because I will. So I'm very glad this was selected for us. Like I said, I had a little fun facts here, little tidbits. Going into this WrestleMania, there's a couple what ifs that could have happened here, because the original planned, if not main event, one of the title programs was supposed to be Batista, who was the world champion at the time, defending against Randy Orton, the former Evolution stablemates, which we never actually got that singles match. And they tried to redo that at WrestleMania 30, and that didn't really work out either. But as we know, Batista got injured. Then he had to get replaced by Kurt Angle. He moved over from the Raw to SmackDown, took over as the world champion, which is why Randy Orton was injected into that world title program, even though Rey Mysterio won the Royal Rumble. Speaking of Rey Mysterio, him winning the Royal Rumble wasn't originally planned. Obviously, the passing of Eddie Guerrero did alter those plans. People thought that he should have been the right guy to win, and were petitioning hard for him to actually win the title. And Vince McMahon was hemming and hawing. He was relenting. He was not going. At the final moment, he finally gave in and decided to have Rey Mysterio be the winner. And speaking of the late great Eddie Guerrero and McMahon, HBK versus McMahon wasn't supposed to happen. The pitched original match was supposed to be Eddie Guerrero versus Shawn Michaels, to do another one of those cross-promotional Raw versus SmackDown matches. Because at the time, if you recall, they only had Raw versus SmackDown matches at WrestleMania. That was like one of the highlight match at WrestleMania, was a Raw superstar versus SmackDown superstar. And this, I believe, started back in WrestleMania 20, when it was Kane versus The Undertaker on opposite brands. It continued with 21 with Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. And also Randy Orton and Undertaker at was it WrestleMania 21 as well?
Yes.
And then, so that's what they kind of wanted to do here. Obviously, they did not do that because of everything given. But yeah, just 2 little fun facts there. We could have had 2 or 3 completely different matches on this card.
Those are great. And just imagine what the HBK Eddie Guerrero match could have been. I mean,
man.
You know what's funny
definitely
is
made,
more recently,
yeah.
Kyle and I have run that angle in the universe mode in WWE 2K. And if it's anything as good as it is in that game, man, it would have been great.
Yeah. And
it would have been great, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. One last note. We'll talk about it once we'll get there in terms of the time, but the time of the Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton match was essentially cut in half, because it was originally supposed to be given 21 to 20 minutes with entrances included. Kurt Angle claims that Rey Mysterio took longer with his entrance, but the time slot was already cut by the time there was like, okay, you guys got like 10 minutes, go, entrance included. Or give or take 12 minutes, entrance included. And that's mostly because Undertaker and Mark Henry went a little long, but mostly HBK and McMahon went too long.
Yeah.
And yeah, that really ate into the match itself. Because as we'll talk about it, time does matter in these matches to really give you like what it should have been. But yeah, we'll talk about more of that once we get to the matches one by one.
All right, well, let's
Also,
get right
fun
into
fact.
the
Hold on,
matches.
I'm sorry, real quick.
Yeah, you go ahead, man. You're a host now. Interrupt me, man.
Another thing too, like, because I know it's like, fantasy booking is always like one of the things that wrestling fans do, but like, I know HBK and Eddie Guerrero never had a physical match, right? And a lot of people know that they would have stole the show at WrestleMania 22.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go back a year before at WrestleMania 21, HBK and Eddie Guerrero both had the best matches of that card, because that card was Eddie versus Rey, and that match was HBK versus Kurt Angle.
Mm-hmm.
So those two separately had the best matches in 21. So imagine what they would have. Obviously, we know that they would have definitely stole the show at 22.
And like they had so many parallels as well too between the characters.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's Eddie Guerrero is a Mexican Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels is Eddie Guerrero.
I love it.
And my pitch for what the storyline could have been is that the stipulation on the line could have been, I'm a better Christian than you.
Who's the more reborn again Christian?
Right,
because that was the common goal, like
exactly.
They both had their issues, their ups and downs, their substance abuses, their demons. There you go, that's the word I was looking. They had their own demons, and then they found God, they found religion, turned over a new leaf, and then they also happen to be fantastic pro wrestlers, probably top 5 all time in ring in between the ropes. I don't know. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Latino Heat translates to Heartbreak Kid as well. So or Sexy Boy, So like there's just too many.
Come on. So when they say, "Oh, Eddie," you're right. It's the same thing as the sex. Oh, Sean, like at the beginning of
yeah. I mean, when he's talking about Mamacita, he's talking about a sensational Sherry.
Come on, listen. I mean, Shawn Michaels was trained by the great Jose Lothario.
There you go. There we go.
Come on, San Antonio has a lot of Latinos.
Two
Hispanic,
great Texan wrestlers. Shout out to Texas.
Shout out to
what SpongeBob's
a certain part, but
a certain part. Granted, SpongeBob SpongeBob and Patrick did say what's so great about Texas. Shawn Michaels and Eddie Guerrero's what's great about Texas.
Yeah, we'll throw Austin in there too. Austin in there also.
Yeah.
Also, too, I want to say that if they just done this match at 22 as a regular match, then the next match would have been Bible. You know what I'm saying? A ladder match for the Bible. That's all I'm saying.
10 Commandments match.
10 stages of commandments.
10 stages. Oh my God! 10 Commandments of Hell match.
Held on Easter.
2 out of 3 confessions.
And then they have when Devon was the preacher, he'd be the guest referee.
Oh my God! Remember Devon?
Testify.
Oh my brother. Oh man.
Yeah. And then how many times is Jim Ross gonna be like, my God. Okay, so
or Joey Styles.
Yeah.
We're already off the rails. We're not even or 20 minutes in. This is great. We haven't talked about one match yet.
I think we talked about all of them without talking about any of them.
I was gonna say.
Big Show and Kane. Yes. Big Show and Kane defending their Raw tag team titles or World Tag Team titles against Carlito and Chris Masters in the opening match. This match went just under 7 minutes. People don't like this match. There was nothing wrong with this match. It was fun. The tag team champions got their babyface shit in where they just like competed with each other to like toss these guys around, have a good time. Masters and Carlito were good at selling. I always liked Chris Masters. I always thought he was like, I'm like, dude, this is a body who actually like I'm interested in. Like, I'm interested in this guy's
wait.
personality.
Oh, because you said body, I'm interested in.
But like a body that like
his body at work.
Like, no. Like in wrestling, when somebody's a body, they're like they're somebody with a good physique. And generally speaking, those guys are the dull characters, the Lex Lugers, what have you.
Right. I mean, he is the masterpiece for a reason.
That's right. I thought it was a good gimmick.
Oh, it was a fantastic gimmick. I'm telling you right now, that gimmick was hot. And one of my notes I have, Chris's entrance was a masterpiece.
Yeah,
one of the best entrance with Jim Johnson with a low key banger. I didn't realize that at the time, but going back, it's like, dun, 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 and then you got the flexing. And like all it was missing was like the titty bouncing in his later stage of his career.
Would have been perfect.
They have Carlito with the Be Cool gimmick was awesome.
Oh yeah, yes.
This is right before he was about to become a babyface, and like, no
and
shade on Carlito as a babyface because I enjoyed the original tag run with him and his brother, but like this guy's a heel. Like, you could have made Masters the babyface like that. Like,
honestly, yes, because the way that Vince likes to book baby faces, but like he literally could have gotten the Bobby Lashley run, because Bobby Lashley didn't become a heel until he came back from TNA.
Yes,
right.
Honestly, and then what's great about this is we talked about the stage setup, but to me, I loved, especially during the Kane and Undertaker entrance, the flame on the city. During the entrance for Kane was fucking fantastic. The stage setup was perfect. This is honestly the best version of Kane's theme song ever.
Oh, come on.
Slow Chemical is like one of the goated theme songs in wrestling of all time.
Finger 11, Canadian band.
Shout out to Canada and all 11 of their fingers. Shout out.
Fun fact about Finger 11. Before they were known as Finger 11, they were known as the Rainbow Butt Monkeys. But the record label was no, that's a true story. There's songs out there. But the record label was like, all right, if you guys want to be serious, you got to change your name. So they're like, how about Finger 11? And they're like, what does that mean? Well, it's a dick. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, we can work with that. Rainbow Butt Monkeys, we can't.
I see where they draw the line there.
What passes Rainbow Butt Monkeys after the show, but
no. All right.
All right. Here we go. I thought this match was fun. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with what they did here. Vince, what are your thoughts?
It was a pretty fun match. Surprisingly, is what I wrote down in my notes. It's a solid tag team match. Like it's point A to point B, like run of the mill.
Under 7 minutes. 7 minutes. These guys went.
Yeah, it's like going to Potbelly and getting their chicken cheddar sub. It's just a chicken cheddar sandwich, but it's a good sandwich. You know where you're getting. I mean, you can enhance it a little bit, But honestly, like or grilled cheese. This is the grilled cheese of tag matches. It's not the best sandwich, but it gets the fucking job done.
I got you.
It's what it to
and
be,
and everybody loves it. Everybody loves
the grilled cheese. Shout out to my wife. She makes the best grilled cheeses.
Hey, shout out. I agree with this because, like, okay, so at some point the first matches started being like some of the better matches at WrestleMania. This was not one of them, but it started somewhere. But like Vince said, that it is like getting a grilled cheese. Or if I'm gonna, since we're on the Chicago lane here, it's like, when the line is too long at Maxwell's, you go to the one next door, Jimmy's Original. It's not going to be the same. You won't get the same vibe, but it's literally essentially the same item, right?
Right.
Just definitely less people. And you get your fixings of getting a Polish or getting a pork sandwich. Same thing, right?
Yeah.
You're just avoiding the line. And I think that this was just that. It was just a starter just to get people on. I mean, Kane, and who was his tag team partner? Big Show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was just a regular day for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, but for Chris Masters and Carlito, this was a dream come true.
Oh yeah, 100%. And just want to say, fun fact here: this is actually technically Big Show's first official WrestleMania win in his career, because up until this point, he had always taken an L or has not been victorious in a multi-man match.
I think this is
But
a win.
but he wouldn't get an actual pinfall victory because Kane got the pinfall here till 4 years later at WrestleMania 26. I can't remember what the match was, but I just remember that fun fact.
Oh my god, this guy's.
When
that
you
guy's
look back
career
at
in
the
WWE,
records of WrestleMania, there's a lot of top stars that have like no wins. Like Randy Orton really doesn't have any wins at WrestleMania.
Kurt Angle stated.
Kurt Angle is another one. Yeah.
Kurt Angle's a guy that's walked into a title match as a champion or as a challenger, but never walked away with the championship.
Yes.
yeah.
Never.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Money in the Bank ladder match. This is what, the second?
Second, yeah.
Is this the second?
Second.
This is the
Yeah,
second.
it's the second because
All
the first one was in 21 with Edge.
Edge.
You're right. Right. Okay. So Rob Van Dam, Bobby Lashley, Finley, Matt Hardy, Ric Flair, Shelton Benjamin. When they were putting together this Money in the Bank ladder match, like I know that Finley had a run on SmackDown where he was like a mid-card like threat.
Yep.
And I guess I can understand putting him in there.
Mhm.
But aside from just the fact that they were like, hey, Rick, do you want to take some ridiculous bump in this match? And he's just like, fuck it, let's do it. 56 years old, let's go. Why was Ric Flair in this match?
So my understanding in terms of like the idea behind the creation of the original Money in the Bank ladder match was we have a bunch of guys in the mid card to upper mid card that we have nothing for WrestleMania. What do? Let's give them, and then Edge and Chris Jericho thought about, let's do a ladder match. And that's how the Money in the Bank match started. They wanted to have Ric Flair on the card. They didn't have anything for him because I think this was after his feud with Triple H, maybe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Because this is shortly after the disbanding of Evolution. So I think that's what mostly it was. It was like we want to get Bobby Lashley on the card, which was his first WrestleMania. We wanted to get Ric Flair on the card. And then you just have a couple other guys because the IC champion was Shelton Benjamin. They had nothing for him. So it was mostly just like, here are 6 guys we got nothing for this year at WrestleMania. Go in a ladder match and go get a briefcase.
Right.
It's essentially my thinking.
No, I 100%. And I feel like this is what is missing at WrestleManias now.
Yeah.
You know, like, even though it's like, let's just put them all together, but it's also like, it makes, I hate using the whole makes sense shit, but like, it definitely makes sense because everyone is included. Everyone's showing like, you know, everyone has a ticket to the dance. You know, you brought up the Ric Flair thing. At this time, Ric Flair was having a resurgence as a babyface at this time.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
he was like getting over with the crowd. He was kind of like the old man that you want to root for type this year in 2005 entering 2006. And Shelton Benjamin was just like, you know, he was having some of the best matches, but just didn't have any storyline. They brought out his mom, shout out Thea.
Yeah,
like,
this was
to try to get him over.
That, right?
Yeah, and try to get him over, but actually put him more at a decline because he didn't really need anybody. He was just kind of like, let's just go out there and wrestle type. You know, and RVD was just, you know, he was like always the popular wrestler, and they just needed something
fresh off an injury too. Like
exactly,
I think he was like freshly back. I will say, when I looked at the time of this match before I watched the pay-per-view, I was like, how the fuck you get a Money in the Bank ladder match done in 12 minutes and 14 seconds?
Let me tell you. I had no idea it was 12 minutes. Yeah.
These guys got a lot of shit in those 12
Oh, they did.
Like,
they did.
Oh my god! Like, I did not feel shortchanged by the end of this match.
No.
I felt like everybody put their shit in. Vince, go ahead.
It kind of helps where you have Ric Flair, where he was just really there just to do like take punishment and do spots. He wasn't really there trying to get his own offense because this isn't his kind of match to actually get some offense in. And then the guys that you want to get offense got their offense or like their spots at least. And Shelton Benjamin running up the ladder. That was one of the first times we've seen that. The RVD with I guess what is that, a 2-star frog splash from the ladder? Because he didn't.
Oh, right.
It didn't look 5-star for sure. It was elevated.
It wasn't tuck, no tuck.
Exactly. And then Matt Hardy was there. He was the one mostly doing the superplexes on Ric Flair. So I think I remember
It's a big enough spot.
Yeah. It is a big spot because I think according to Matt Hardy in the Chris Van Fleet interview that he's done recently this year, Rick said that he is like Matt, you're the only one I trust to do the spot that will actually take care of me and make me look good.
It's North Carolina, man. They're North Carolina boys.
Yeah. Shout out North Kakalaki.
Shout out, man. Take your shirt off and put it around your head like a helicopter.
Yeah. Also, shout out Bobby Lashley. He was here. He was up and coming.
I feel like I barely saw him in this match. Like he felt like he barely was here.
Unfortunately, that's the reality. He kind of felt like he got lost in the sauce, lost in the shuffle there, because it was RVD's. It was an RVD kind of night tonight.
Yeah. And as it should have been. Like he was coming back. He was the super hot guy. He was the guy they should have been going with quite some time before this. Had been over since 2001.
Yes.
So, but that being said, I will say Ric Flair when he hit the ground on that super.
Oh my gosh, I thought that he died like when he was not supposed to,
And then he fucking came back.
He did the spot again. He did another top of the ladder spot. Jesus.
But going back on what you're saying, I feel like these were the right people to set up. Like when you look back at the Money in the Bank matches, it's not as formulaic as this one now. Now it's kind of just like whatever. But you had the right amount of high flyers, and you had the right amount of people that could catch, because that's what Bobby Lashley was there for, just to catch.
Yeah.
And you had somebody like Matt Hardy, the point guard, just to set up everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. And then honestly, like you look at the rest of the card, I can't recall who else was possibly on the roster that wasn't used leading up to WrestleMania, but you had other guys that could have been in this spot but were used elsewhere. We mentioned them already. Carlito and Chris Masters feel like perfect guys to be. Chris Masters, granted, doesn't feel like the most perfect guy for a ladder match, but given the Bobby Lashley spot, he could have also filled that role. He was an up and coming guy. Granted, now hindsight being what it is, we know what Money in the Bank should be used for, and Chris Masters would have been one of those guys who's like, yeah, he should be in this kind of match because he could benefit from being Money in the Bank. And then also elsewhere in the card, you have guys like Booker T that would have been perfect for this ladder match, and honestly, a guy that I would have loved to see be Mr. Money in the Bank and not just King of the Ring.
True.
That's fair. We're gonna get to Booker T though. We'll get there, guys. Let's build to it. Slow build, 6-month build, long term booking. Speaking of long term booking, JBL, who Juss, you'll come to learn on this program, JBL is somebody that Vince and I are pretty big fans of at this point. Like we enjoy a lot of JBL. We enjoy a lot of so perfect. You'll fit right in. But in this particular match against whether you want to call him unredacted or by his name,
Pegasus Kid.
Sure, against Pegasus. Regardless, I will say JBL, Chris Benoit. You would think, knowing what we know about the wrestling of one person, that this would have been a decent match. This was 9 minutes and 48 seconds of boring. Both Vince and I passed out during this match.
Okay, so I will say I'm gonna go ahead.
Not by redacted, but
I'm gonna sit here and actually redact a few statements myself. So I had mentioned that I passed out, but I don't think it was because of the match itself, because I went back and watched it, and you know what? It wasn't crazy, but I like that kind of like bruising, brawling. I'm gonna fucking hit you and just headlock you and headbutt you and just beat your meat with my meat type of match, you know? And that's what this was. So yes, you're right. It wasn't one specific wrestler's fault, and obviously that's JBL. It's not his fault. He is, after this match, the greatest technical wrestler of all time. Don't ask me. Those are just the facts based off the stipulations in this match. There's only so much he can do carrying a New Japan Pegasus kid. That he's a wrestling god, but he's not a wrestling miracle worker. But I
Vince, I
love
love how you're doing this. I love this.
So JBL comes in here, and the story is that he beat a great technical wrestler in Eddie Guerrero, and now he's going to beat another great technical wrestler in Pegasus Kid from New Japan. Who, by the way, I don't know how they get a New Japan guy in 2006 to be their U.S. champion. Shout out,
All right, now you're taking it too far.
But they were ahead of their time.
Oh yeah, ahead of their time.
Ahead of their time.
So that's kind of the story going into it. JBL does get the victory here, hence making him the greatest technical wrestler of all time. And then just JBL feeding into the whole Eddie Guerrero stuff, and knowing what we know now. Obviously, Eddie Guerrero was a groomsman in JBL's wedding, so he was paying homage to Eddie Guerrero by doing the Three Amigos, and he was, to his credit, swinging those hips pretty well. Pegasus Kid didn't do the best job at swinging the hips for the Three Amigos, but he actually completed them, and the finish was really good because it goes into the crossface. JBL looks like he's gonna tap out. He reverses it, gets the ropes, and paying homage to Eddie Guerrero. Grabbing the ropes, sliding, cheating, stealing.
Steal. Yeah.
Perfect way. Like one of the greatest United States champions. Winning it, and then another wrestler paying homage to one of the greatest United States champions by cheating and stealing just like him. Fantastic match, A++ match. Honestly, all things considered, story going into the match, story within the match, perfect finish. Technical wrestling by one of the greatest technical wrestlers. Man, this is probably one of the best WrestleMania matches I've seen.
Yes.
You did a lot of heavy lifting for 9 minutes and 48 seconds.
No.
There, buddy.
Yeah, me and JBL both.
JBL is a top.
Me and JBL both.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Well,
Just your thoughts on Pegasus Kid and JBL.
Well, I didn't see the match. The match to me doesn't exist. I'm one of those.
Okay.
But what I will say about JBL, I listened to the episodes prior, and yeah, JBL, at the time, you just felt like this wrestling god, this kind of gimmick had kind of ran its course a little bit longer than it should have. But I understand that at that time, they had some injuries, and SmackDown wasn't really it was losing some players because they're going to Raw. So I understand why. But overall, this is probably the best JBL that he's been. Promo wise was great. The video package, all the heel work doesn't get enough credit for being a good heel. The one thing I will say, because like I said, the matches didn't happen, but the entrance gets a huge shout out, because it's just like if you're on Clark Street or if you're on Racine, and you're underneath the train. That's the vibe it gave when the bottom part lifted up. That's the part that I love about that entrance. That is a very Chicago thing. If you know, you know. Yeah. Same thing with the city burning is reminiscent of when Chicago.
Yeah.
Up in flames.
If you've seen the Dark Knight, you know what we're talking about.
Right. Yeah. Lower Whacker. It gave me that vibe. It gave me that vibe. So yeah.
Oh man, I hate Lower Whacker, bro. Man, I hate
no GPS, Google Maps can't even guide you the right direction in Lower Whacker. It's
you never want to. You can't already drive, Rylan. If you go down Lower Whacker, we won't see you ever again,
bro.
I'll take a taxi just like in GTA. I'll take
the taxi's gonna get lost too. The taxi will get lost too.
You're trying to hit Sheffield or some shit like that. You end up in Wabash because you went to the wrong place.
These are all just words to me now. All right, guys. All right. Edge, accompanied by Lita, against Mick Foley in a hardcore match. This match went just over 14 and a half minutes. This is one of Mick Foley's best matches of all time. It's one of Edge's best matches of all time. It's the match that made Edge. After this, Edge was made, and he was the top guy. Just like with Randy Orton a couple of years prior at Backlash. Mick Foley made guys. He was Chelsea Green of 2006. He was there to make the Tiffany's and the Charlottes.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
I'm kidding. I'm making a joke.
Okay, Rylan P.S.
Some people...
When did we get Rylan P.S. Hayes over here?
P.S. Hayes.
No,
Fabulous Ryan.
I am totally kidding. Mick Foley is one of the greatest of all time. Top 5 for me for sure.
Oh,
but this match is like my second favorite Edge match.
Okay.
What's your
first? What's the first?
Taker at Mania in the main event.
Oh, okay. That's 2 years from
that was a perfect match.
Okay.
I think it was 2 years later.
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it in a minute.
Dude,
It's been a minute. I gotta go back.
It's an underrated Taker match.
Edge comes back from that match and says that Taker looked at him and is like, "You're Brett Shawn good," and that's high praise. That's high praise.
Yeah.
But no,
he might have been on some medicine when he said that. But yeah, that's high praise. The same drugs that he's taking that got him Michelle McCool is probably the drugs that he was on when he said that.
Man,
or the liquor.
Same drugs he was taking when he got that Sarah tattoo. We'll talk about that.
Some will say that he was better with Sarah.
Man.
Man,
Sarah looked like a crackhead Michelle McCool.
Dang,
dude,
yeah,
we're in 2006 right now. You're like, his ex-wife looked like a crackhead.
She did. She looked like one of the girls from Breaking Bad that's over there trying to get the crystal blue.
More like Sons of Anarchy. More like Sons of Anarchy. She was definitely like somebody's old lady.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Edge and Mick Foley was perfect. It was phenomenal. Like, it's one of the most timeless WrestleMania moments with the spear through the flaming table.
Oh, yeah. Come
on. And like Lita with the barbed wire spot with her lip, like afterwards looking in rough shape. Like, these guys just killed it. Like, was Mick Foley the best physically he ever was? No. Did it matter? Absolutely not.
No.
It was like when Stone Cold wrestled Kevin Owens. Like, did it matter that it was not the Stone Cold of the past? No. It was a cool moment. Cold. It was great. Yeah. And it, like I said, it made Edge. It made him a top guy. So, Vince?
Yeah, no, you mentioned Lita. She was an integral part of this match. Not only the mandible claw spot. I don't know if she like bladed after the fact, or she legit had barbed wire in her mouth, but she was actually bleeding from the lip, which is crazy to see. And then also that one spot where she jumps on Mick Foley's back to try to prevent Edge from getting like whipped, like Tommy Dreamer did by Sandman in ECW while he was stuck in the ropes. But then going for the clothesline and her staying on him, tumbling over, man, gnarly bump. And then also she was the one that actually attacked Mick Foley and then lit the table on fire and set that whole plan in motion. I fucking loved it. I always hear about Underwire, but Mick Foley really took it to the extreme during this match. Fantastic way to block a spear, by the way.
Yes.
And then the thumbtack spot, man. And like thumbtack spots are always gnarly. Edge, like, oh man, he looked like in pain going through that. But here's the thing: I don't know what it is about hardcore matches involving Mick Foley like that versus stuff that you see from like Nick Gage and like John Moxley. I feel like when I watch John Moxley and Nick Gage, like I don't really want to see this, but Mick Foley does it in the way it has these matches, and Terry Funk as well is another guy where you're like, these are hardcore matches. They get very gnarly, but it doesn't cross the line where I was like, yeah, I don't really want to see this anymore,
Yeah,
right.
A line has been crossed over the last 5 years that, like, I don't know if we're coming back from in wrestling, but I even feel that way about some of the stuff I saw in AEW. Like, Brian Danielson in the bag over the head. As much as I look back on that, and I'm like, it was definitely in the moment, like really intense. I'm like, I don't know if I want my kid watching that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to watch, wrestling where somebody gets murdered and have to explain that to my son. I watched a U.S. Olympian break her leg skiing, and I'm like, how do I explain this to him as he's watching? Or going like, is she okay? And I'm like, I think so, until the helicopter got there.
Oh God.
It's the Hunger Games, son. It's not the Olympics anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
What about you, Juss?
Just yeah.
Yeah, so okay, so exactly the same thing I'm gonna say what Vince does, or what Vince said, is that like Mick Foley has a way where like it's organized chaos, right? Where
That's
I feel like
put it.
Nick Gage and John Moxley are just showing blood for the sake of showing blood. Like there's no strategic process to it. There's like no build up. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing too,
so to speak.
Exactly. And then the other thing too is like, this made Edge, but at the same time, like Edge took that thumbtacks. Like always in the other matches when there's this spot happens, it's always Mick Foley taking it. But Edge is like, I'm gonna take it because like everyone has taken it. Lita doesn't get the credit that she deserves for also help organizing this whole thing because unlike Edge, or unlike Mick Foley, really, like these two have had their WrestleMania moments. From years prior. Mick Foley, I mean, he had some like good matches at Mania, but like he never had a true WrestleMania moment until now.
Yeah, that was the one.
Exactly. And so the way this match is, I mean, this is the most rewatchable match out of most of the matches on here for me.
Honestly, fair.
100%.
I think this is one of those matches that you go to watch the show for, specifically for, like,
yes,
and then you just happen to sit through the rest of the pay-per-view. But like that's how I feel like this match carries weight going into wrestling.
Exactly. And with Rylan said, they did it like under 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Some people can't even hit this level doing 30 minutes, like
100%. You're right, because like we're in an era now of wrestling needing to go 30, 40 minutes before, people and 15 different near falls. This match just had violence for 15 minutes. And then when it was over, it was over. And there was no coming back from the table spot. Like once you light a table on fire, if you kick out of that, then what the fuck's the point?
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's a line that we cross now with these hardcore matches, these death matches. Like what, like in like the kayfabe of pro wrestling, what will actually fucking kill you? Because it feels like that's what it takes sometimes. Even with like not even hardcore matches, like sometimes it takes like maybe 20,000 finishers, near falls to get what you need.
Yeah, and then sometimes you have to put somebody in a body bag.
Yeah,
or have a cinder block where like, oh damn, they're hurt, but they're like, then the next day you see them doing like a podcast. It's like, oh okay.
but like Justin also mentioned, where it's like it's organized chaos. It didn't feel like it was just spot. Here's the next spot. Here's the next spot. It felt like it was an actual fight. It was organically built and just eloquently put together, which is crazy to say about like a hardcore violent match. It was eloquently put together.
That is very Mick Foley, though. That is very much so how he did his hardcore matches. Like, he made Triple H too. Like, let's not forget.
100%. He made Rock too. He made Rock.
Yeah, that's right. He made Rock.
He made HBK like show that he had an edge to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a perfect match, an absolutely perfect match, followed by terrible. The Boogeyman against Booker T and Sharmell. Thank the Lord that this match was 3 minutes and 43 seconds. But I won't lie to you guys. When the bell rang, I skipped those 3 minutes and 43 seconds because I knew what this was, and I didn't need to watch it again. It was terrible.
So here's another fun fact. This match was supposed to be short, but not that short. It was supposed to go about like 6 minutes maybe at tops. But a week before WrestleMania, it can't remember if it was
Boogeyman,
like
I
a
think.
Boogeyman tore his bicep or something working a house show match with Booker T, which is why this was made into a handicap match, air quotes here, and then it only lasted 3 minutes. So like they apparently determined that he wasn't gonna hurt it anymore by wrestling on it, and then literally like right after this match, he had the surgery and he was off TV for months. So it was they were trying to put over Boogeyman, which in his time was the character. Was the character?
Yes,
that's a sentence. Listen, I remember when the Boogeyman. I remember the Boogeyman in Tough Enough. I remember Marty Wright or whatever his name is showing up at 43 years old in a competition that cut you off at like 35 and lying to everybody about his age. At this point, he's probably like 56. I don't know. But like, I understand again, he's a body. He looks great. He's got the personality to definitely get there. But like, you strap this terrible gimmick to this guy. Terrible fucking gimmick.
It's the gimmick. Top 5 gimmick of all time, even.
What Vince, I'm willing to fight you in a Chicago street fight right now.
I'll bring the worms.
And you know what? And Booker T had no business in this. Although I will say, the segment leading up to this, where Booker T just confronted the freaks backstage, was fucking hilarious. Eugene being schooled by the $1 Million Man. Snitsky was licking Mae Young's foot. Goldust was dressed as Oprah.
Come on now.
Didn't
Paul
do
Burchill?
blackface either. Didn't even. Yeah, Paul Burchill was there. Yes, just as a pirate, I guess.
It was a time. Shout out Johnny Depp.
Shout out,
sure,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, Yar.
All these freaks and no Diddy.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I love that. I love that backstage angle just because of Booker T's reaction was hilarious. This is where you should put the worms, Booker. You're disgusting. And then he goes out there and then shoves his wife into the Boogeyman.
Oh my God.
Anyway, yeah, no, it was short. It was sweet. It's short. It sucked. Vince.
I like sour gummy worms.
Trolleys? The trolleys?
Trolleys. Shout out to a trolley. Maybe they were trolleys. Maybe they were trolleys. You know, I'll stick
or
some
shout out
trolleys.
Joyride. Shout out Joyride as well.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Just you know, this match is exactly what it needed to be. It needed to be a time to rest, a time to like kind of like, just have something silly to be in there. I'm sure both Boogeyman and Booker T were like, Vince was like, hey, so we're not gonna have an all-star Tokyo Dome type match here. We're just looking to get some people well rested for the next couple matches and just go out there and just kind of just have like a silly thing. They got paid.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's all that matters.
I know they got paid. I love Booker T in ring so much. Hate him on commentary, but love him in ring. So much.
Love him on commentary.
Commentary.
Man.
He's come on.
No. I'm not yucky ducking or quacking. Or I won't.
Oh yeah. You know what I need? I need Booker T to commentate his own matches. Just like he was just like in TNA where he gets on the mic and he starts like beating down while he's like commentating his own beatdown.
What does he call himself? He calls himself something in that.
I can't remember. Respect.
Black Snow.
Shout out to Black Snow.
Shout out to GI Bro. Shout out to GI Bro.
Wow. Going back. All right, guys.
For WCW callbacks.
Come on, he had the biggest resurgence with Bad Bunny.
Oh yeah,
with Benito.
Shout out Bad Bunny.
It's true.
Come on, shout out
Mickey James and Trish Stratus. I'm gonna sneeze. For the women's title This match went 8 minutes 48 seconds. I remember the first time I watched this match. I do remember. I think I watched this pay-per-view live. I remember the first time I watched this match thinking this was a really good match. I don't think it was a bad match. I just think it was okay. But I will tell you, I thought the angle leading into this match was phenomenal.
Come on.
Mickie James was great. Trish Stratus was great. The angle was great. Was it before its time? Yes, because a lot of people got fucking mad at this at the time. But I thought it was great. I thought these ladies delivered. The only part of this match I didn't really love was the ending, because I thought it was kind of anticlimactic. I don't think she hit the best chick kick she could have hit to beat Trish. Trish sold it great. But it just kind of felt like it came out of nowhere. Otherwise, I thought this match was great. The Chicago crowd was definitely for Mickie James.
We know why. We know why, you pervs.
Well, yeah, because
we know why you were
she wasn't wearing a skirt. She was wearing a wide belt.
Yeah, and then on top of that, she was like the quote unquote lesbian, and you guys just wanted her to make out with Trish. So you're gonna support her and boo Trish because she's not giving you what your wet dreams all should 100%.
Be. 100%.
Yeah. 100%. No, this was basically the Eminem versus Stan match. If you really think about it, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. You know, that's the kind of energy. That's the kind of energy this.
The trees don't go around them.
Exactly. That should have been the hype pack.
That should have been like That should have been the Jim Johnson should have got that. And Kevin Dunn should have made a video with that song.
But I thought it was a really good match. I thought it was solid. Two really good workers. I was very happy for Mickie James. Shout out to the defense, to the Stratisfaction. She played some really good defense. Patted Trish Stratus nice and tight down there. Did another.
I don't know if you know this, Vince. She got in quite a lot of trouble as soon as she walked through the curtain. Not
for that spot. She threw up a gang sign and then licked her fingers. And then that's what got cut from all reproductions of this pay-per-view. But if you watched it live, you saw her throw up gang signs. You know, I think she was a big Vis fan. You know, she was just shouting out Viscera for winning the Battle Royal earlier.
I think it was called the Gina Gang, the Gina Squad,
something like that. Yeah.
Juss, what did you think of this match?
Listen, this match is definitely one of, you said, ahead of its time. I think it was at the right time, for the right moment, for the right city, with the right crowd. You know, like I don't think this could have worked. Maybe it could have worked at New York, right? I think it could have worked then at that WrestleMania. But I think for the moment like this, shout out Clay Clarkson, it worked. Also because anytime you couldn't have anybody else but Mickie James do this angle, because Mickie was committed in playing that Stan fan character. They tried, and they kind of tried doing versions of this after this, and it just didn't work.
No,
it just didn't work. But to me, you know, I know Vince was talking about like how the Chicago crowd was into Mickie because of certain reasons, but I also feel like because Chicago as a sports city and maybe as a city in general is kind of like an underdog to the other cities, LA and New York, that sometimes that's who we cheer for. We cheer for the underdog, the underappreciated, the workhorse. Like if you look at the people that they were cheering throughout the entire show, it's always that. It's not really the champion. I know.
I don't know, man. Three matches later, they didn't carry that same energy. They didn't carry that same energy.
I know what you're saying, but like to me, I've always felt
you're
that
also
way.
right about that too.
Yeah, I always felt that way about Chicago sports teams and sports fans. You know,
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It was the ring gear and what Mickie was wearing.
You think? Okay, yeah.
And the character she was portraying, and they're like, no, we want to see more of that. We want her.
Listen,
forget Trish. she's not giving us our hot lesbian action that Eric Bischoff promised us a couple years ago. So that's why we're gonna boo her. That's what it was, man.
Listen, I'm out here trying to politic amongst the Chicagoan fans.
No. I'm sorry. I love Chicago. I'm proud.
Vince gave up on Chicago tonight.
No. Look at my thing. Maybe Chicago shouldn't get another Mania. That's what I put that. Well, I'll talk about
not with these prices, though. Not definitely with not these prices.
Not with these prices. During the other women's match, right before the main event, there was a guy right by the ring steps that put up a sign when Tori Wilson walked up. We'll talk about it when we get there. But that go ahead and gives credence and like validity to what I'm saying about why they were booing Trish and cheering Mickey in this match.
Yeah.
Also,
this is a different type of Chicago fan base.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you listen,
Matt,
Rosemont people will kind of come for me, but this is kind of a mainstream audience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you were at the United Center or something like that, you would have had more of the.
I don't know, man. United Center for Elimination Chamber wasn't much better.
I can't speak on this era right now, but in previous.
I will say this will be a controversial take. This was Trish Stratus's best WrestleMania match.
Yeah,
far and away.
I don't think that's controversial at all.
No, I don't think so at all.
I don't think so either. No.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, let's get into something completely different. The Undertaker, Mark Henry, casket match. The last 3 matches, all of them under 10 minutes. And praise the Lord that this match was under 10 minutes because I love Mark Henry, but he hadn't figured it out just yet.
No,
he was almost there. He was almost there. Yeah. He had the gear, he had the look, but he didn't have the theme song yet.
He didn't have the theme song.
3 Live Crew wasn't there. Sorry. What was it? 3-6 Mafia wasn't there yet.
No.
And this was also not the Undertaker's best performance. It just kind of felt like, Mark Henry's kind of hot right now. He's a big guy. He's the guy who's going to go against you. And he was just like, okay, all right, casket match, please.
Listen, we talk about how great the Undertaker's undefeated streak was, but we got to remember that there were a couple duds in there, and a lot of those duds were because Vince were trying to was always the same thing with Undertaker around this time. From like 2004 to like about like maybe 2009, he kept throwing him in there with guys that he wanted to build up. You look at guys like Heidenreich. You look at guys like Mark Henry, Vladimir Kozlov. He was taking L's to these kind of guys, and Giant Gonzalez back at WrestleMania 9, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I have that correct.
Yes, you're right.
But A-Train, Big Show. They paired him off with Nathan Jones.
Yeah, Nathan.
who actually didn't make the match.
Who didn't make the match because he was so bad. But like that was the thing, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate too because it started with Randy at WrestleMania 21. It skipped WrestleMania 22 with Henry, unfortunately, but then 23 and onward, you see a string of like maybe 5 or so years of Undertaker putting on bangers at WrestleMania. Bangers. Yeah. And apparently, here's another fun fact. This originally was supposed to be Kurt Angle versus Undertaker. The reason why it wasn't was because Undertaker was like, I want Angle to I want to put over Angle. Angle's like, no, I don't want to beat your streak. I don't want to end your streak. And he was the champion at the time, so they're like, okay, well, let's do Undertaker versus Mark Henry, and then Kurt Angle can defend the title. And they did the title match at No Way Out prior to WrestleMania because you remember at the Royal Rumble, Undertaker returned, blew up the ring with electric thunderstorm theatrics that only Dane Townsend could create.
Yes.
And that was supposed to set up WrestleMania. But then it didn't. Then they pivoted to Mark Henry, and then oh my god, imagine
Ridiculous.
Kurt Angle versus Undertaker.
Ridiculous.
Man, we were talking about Kurt Angle could have had some matches at WrestleMania. We could have had Kurt Angle versus Undertaker. We could have had Shawn Michaels versus Eddie Guerrero. This
would have been all time WrestleMania right here.
Oh my god, I would have really loved this WrestleMania a lot more. Just the casket match.
Listen, you know what? I know this match isn't the best of the card. It's not even the best of Undertaker series, but I will watch this match over a coffin match.
It was a coffin match. What?
No, a coffin. That's Darby Allin's match.
Oh, casket match. I
Yeah.
was so confused.
All right, I cannot agree with you on that. I watch a Darby Allin match before I'll watch this match ever again.
Okay.
I'll rewatch this before I ever watch a Darby Allin match again.
You guys are a bunch of haters. A bunch of little man haters. He climbed Mount Everest for you guys.
For me, no,
I don't know if he did.
That's just white boy shit. That's just white boy shit. White boys like to do crazy shit.
Listen. As somebody who works with 3 guys from Nepal, it is definitely not all just white guy shit. Those guys are the guys getting them up the mountain. Like,
I don't know.
This match is for what it was. You know, I mean, you guys kind of said everything, but I will say that prior to this, he did have good matches with Triple H at 17. He had a pretty decent match with Ric Flair at 18.
Yeah.
You know, the Kane and him at 14, it was kind of whatever. But the build up to 20 at WrestleMania 20. At Madison Square Garden, where he came back as the dead man, was also pretty damn good too. Yeah. The build. I can't say too much about the match, but
Shawn Michaels, Mr. McMahon, accompanied by Shane McMahon, no holds barred. This match was the second longest match on the card at 18 minutes and 22 seconds,
dude.
And all it was Shawn Michaels beating up Vince McMahon for 20 minutes, which, look, I'm not here for. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not offended by seeing Vince McMahon get the shit kicked out of him for 20 minutes. Okay.
Right.
Like, I'm here for it. But like, when I find out that the next match got cut significantly because of that, it does irk me a little bit.
I don't need 18 minutes of Voldemort McMahon getting his ass kicked by Jesus's favorite son, you know? Like
okay, so firstly, the prayer backstage with the McMahon family before this match, Vince has never looked more orange. Like,
dude,
his tan was presidential. Like, it was
oh my god,
that was good.
Finger stats.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. This match, it wasn't bad. Like, I'm not gonna shit on this match and be like, no, it was terrible. Vince could always sell lots of moves, never the stunner, which always sucked for the fact that was his main rival. But he didn't look bad selling Shawn Michaels' offense. Shawn Michaels kicked the shit out of Vince McMahon, the entire Spirit Squad, Shane McMahon, and then he handcuffed Shane McMahon to the ropes, and no one else was coming out for Vince. Not Stephanie, not Linda. They were like, nah, Dad's got it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in Stephanie's defense, she was pregnant. So unless the fetus was going to come in and root for him, I don't know what she could have done.
That's fair.
I'll say this about this match. I agree with you. I won't ever sit here and complain about McMahon getting his ass beat throughout a match, but he doesn't need an 18-minute ass whooping. Trust me, as a child of Mexican heritage, an ass whooping can get done in like under 3. But also it felt very like repetitive because HBK gets the jump to start, then Spirit Squad comes in. HBK gets the upper hand, then Shane runs in. Then he gets the upper hand the third time, toys with McMahon a little bit, and then he finally gives them the final elbow drop from the very, very high ladder, from the heavens, so to speak. I don't know. I don't care if it was good. This match will forever be tainted with the what if, what we could have gotten, what we should have gotten, which was the Guerrero match. Now, if this was Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels for 18 minutes just cooking, give me the man.
Woo!
Like, given what happens in the next match, take away 5 minutes from. We just talked about how Mick Foley and Edge had a very similar style match, and they got executed everything in 14 minutes and got everything you needed to do. Literally do the same thing. Cut 4 minutes from this would have been the same thing. Also, also on the card that already had a hardcore match with Mick Foley and Edge, why did they think this was a good idea? This should have been a Backlash match. Fuck out of here. God damn it.
Yeah, but you know what though, Vince? Then we would have got Shawn Michaels versus Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. That would have been the backup plan. If we were getting Vince and Shawn in a hardcore match at Backlash, we were getting him and Shane.
I would have rather seen that. I would have rather seen that.
We also, you know what? In the build-up, we did already see that at the Saturday night's main event. And it was also a hardcore match. So
yeah, exactly. So it's like it felt very redundant on this card.
Sure, absolutely. Juss.
Yeah, I exactly everything that you said. I totally agree with. I mean, this is too long for what they needed to do. Vince has never looked so much more like a glazed donut than in this match. This also is a box check for Vince's streak of having 0 wins at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
He completed the trifecta of having 0 and 3, so that streak is still up there for him.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll take away from this match is that it's basically the precursor of the DX getting back together.
Yeah, because they teased it because the little cross chop by Michaels at the top of the ladder, and then you see the hints and like Easter eggs in the main events as well from Triple H. We knew where we were going with this. They were cross chop cock teasing us, I guess.
Literally. But yeah, that's all I got. All I have to say about that.
He's just whispering, "Suck it" at you. Suck it.
Oh man, yeah. Just whisper it in my ear.
Shout out Yin Yang Twins.
Oh man, crazy.
Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, Randy Orton, World Heavyweight Championship in 9 minutes and 19 seconds. They got a lot of shit in that 9 minutes and 19 seconds. Like it did feel like the Money in the Bank match in that sense. Like they had a short time, but they got a lot in. This crowd wanted Kurt Angle to come out with the title, though. I will say that. They were okay with Rey by the end of it, but man, they were booing Rey throughout the whole match. I have a theory. This
Austin theory
was
Austin theory.
No, I do have an Austin theory. I have to bring over all the Get Show isms into this show now. So forgive me. I have an Austin theory. This match wasn't booked well. Rey Mysterio winning the Royal Rumble was not booked well. It was booked as he was the little guy who got lucky. He lost the title opportunity to Randy Orton at No Way Out during a program where Randy Orton said terrible things about Eddie Guerrero, which I understand as part of the script. And Randy Orton's gone on record to say that like he wasn't happy with this. But the people, I think the people were not ready for this amount of we're going to tribute Eddie at WrestleMania with Rey. I think they were still grieving that guy passing away in November. And it was just too much of a constant reminder when you had this storyline going into WrestleMania. And I think that's why they rejected Bray.
Okay. So I kept seeing that discourse online, right? I kept seeing that discourse online that it was the Eddie exploitation is what it was dubbed on Reddit and everywhere else. That they were exploiting Eddie Guerrero. They were trying to use his death to push and catapult Rey Mysterio into that spot. And keep in mind, this is also a McMahon regime and creative that didn't want Rey Mysterio to win the championship. So it wasn't necessarily that. But I will say, like, there were people saying that, like, oh, if it wasn't for Eddie, Rey Mysterio wouldn't have been in that title match. Yeah, I can agree to that fact, but that's not a bad thing because, like sometimes. Some unfortunately sometimes you need that. Like Rey Mysterio, if it wasn't for that, he was a perfect candidate. Like I know some people always like to make the case, oh well, Chavo was there, he was a great wrestler, he should have used that rub. I think Rylan might have even made that comment at one point in time in our couple years of being friends. But I always argue with the fact that Rey Mysterio was the second most over Mexican wrestler in the not only WWE but in the country at the time. Chavo Guerrero is a great in-ring wrestler, but he's more of a better heel. And he's always going to strike me as a guy that's always in that mid-card and never would have been credible. If you didn't think Rey Mysterio was credible, Chavo Guerrero is even less credible than Rey Mysterio. That's nothing against Chavo Guerrero. I just call a spade, you know? That's just how things are with it.
I don't think it was for me. It wasn't. And I was one of those people who wasn't immediately enamored with Rey winning the belt. I do remember that, and I will say, like, I felt like, and people shit on me for this opinion, but when he won won the WWE title and unfortunately lost it to John Cena later that episode of Monday Night Raw, I thought that was a much bigger moment for him because he and not to say that he hadn't gone through the adversity of being the little man and versus the big man in this time, but like again, just the booking of the story for me just didn't click, and unfortunately it didn't even get that long of a run. He dropped the title to book.
It was longer than that WWE title run on Raw.
Well, yeah, but sure.
No,
but I didn't agree with Cena winning that night, though. I will.
No. I always thought that it should have been Rey Mysterio win the title. Then you have Rey versus John Cena at SummerSlam, and then that's where CM Punk returns. Give him more time to breathe. But we're going back. We're gonna go back to WrestleMania 22. The reason why it hit differently, and I wrote this down on my notes. To quote Kit Wilson, I felt like this was toxic masculinity at its best because another discourse I saw online was like, oh, I like Rey Mysterio, but he wasn't as fast and he wasn't able to do the moves that he was doing back in WCW when I liked him. And then without that, he's just a small little wrestler, and it's kind of hard to believe that he could actually be like one of these guys and be world champion. So it was that misogynistic, toxic masculinity as well that played into it. And you saw a lot of those musty guys there. It's like, oh, I was taller than him in high school and he's the world champion. That's not believable. But another reason why I just didn't see it that way, and again, it impacts me differently because culturally it's different for me. I lost my favorite wrestler of all time in Eddie Guerrero in November. And Rey's my second favorite wrestler of all time. And he won that. Yeah, granted, like the storyline was horrible. Like a lot of the promos and the booking was horrible. But the moment of Rey Mysterio coming out in my hometown, in the city where Eddie Guerrero gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, wins the world title, regardless of what the crowd did. When I remember watching this live, I didn't remember like the crowd booing them. I wasn't paying attention to that. I was just a kid watching the match. Being a Mexican child, a teenager at that point in time, and seeing another wrestler, not just Eddie Guerrero, of Mexican descent be the world champion was a fantastic moment for me. And granted, the world title reign wasn't nothing to write home about. I thought that was a huge moment for him and for a lot of Eddie Guerrero fans because there was like, he did it for Eddie, he did it for us. And like vicariously, he won this title for Eddie Guerrero. Realistically, he was the only one that could have done it because it wouldn't have hit the same if it was Chris Benoit, and I'll say his name, it's fine. And it would have been the same if it was Chavo Guerrero. even though that is his actual nephew and family member, it wouldn't have hit the same. Rey Mysterio literally carried that. Yeah, granted, did they exploit Eddie Guerrero's name? Yes, sure, of course they did that to no ends. But
I will
I
say
think
to that argument, I feel like Eddie Guerrero would have been the first person to say use it. Like you saw the stuff that he did over the years, and like heard all the stories about him using himself to whether it was family or what his name or what have you.
he was the one that him and his brother, I think it was Mondo. I can't remember if it was Mondo or not, but I think it was him and Mondo that came up with the idea. No, it was Chavo and Mondo had the idea to have JBL like attack Eddie Guerrero's mom.
Yes.
And then they came up with the heart attack angle in El Paso. So no, they're those sick kind of motherfuckers. There's like, oh, this would be great TV. This would be a great wrestling program. So I have
it's gonna be heat. It's gonna be heat.
It's gonna be heat. Oh, man. I Latino heat. But again, I wish this match had like maybe 4 or 5 more minutes. I think this is
give him 20 more minutes. Like this was so good for 9 minutes.
Yes.
Like that double German suplex where Rey just went fucking.
And that was to start the match. That was like maybe like 30 seconds into the match.
Kurt Angle looked amazing in this match. Randy Orton looked great in this match. Like it was so fucking good. Just like give your opinion.
So I am also the same sentiment as Vince. The thing is, like, you have to remember at this time, how else can they play it, right? And they know that a lot of fans are still mourning Eddie Guerrero as well, just as like much as everybody else. So it's like they have to bring it up because it's going to be brought up anyway. But maybe they could have toned down the use of maybe his name. But to me, it's only an issue now that we have like Twitter, and now that we have everybody and their mom have stupid ass podcasts that they're not good as this one, and like that they want to control the narrative of why it was this way. Like, to me, watching it at that time, I was a young adult at this time, not showing my age, but showing my age. I never felt that way. Even rewatching it and going back to it, because I watched this multiple times, I've never felt like they exploited or they did too much. Like, for the time, because like Rylan was saying, like, it's still fresh, right? And like you said, like the Guerrero family, like, I'm sure they were okay with doing all of this. And so, like, it's only now that like people are trying to change that narrative, which a lot of people are trying to change the narrative in a whole bunch of shit, right?
Yeah,
and
they do that.
And so, to me, I've never felt that way. I
will say the only argument I have is I do remember feeling that way at the time. Like, I do remember feeling like the line that Randy Orton hit on Rey leading into that No Way Out match was especially like disgusting to me.
Okay. Let me rebuttal with this, and this is a thing that I always would argue with people, and I was always tell this. Why boo Rey Mysterio though? He's not booking this. He's not writing creative. Why boo the man?
I'm not
to get
I'm
your
not
point across.
For sure.
Yeah, because he's not the one that said the line. Randy Orton in storyline said the line. They didn't boo Randy Orton. They cheered him too. He was the second favorite to win the match by that crowd. So it wasn't that. So like there were some that felt that way, and valid. Honestly, you're 100% valid. But I don't think that was the reason why they were booing him. It was the Daniel Bryan Royal Rumble effect. Because he wasn't Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was hot with the wrestling machine gimmick. They wanted him to go over. It was a weird night where they were booing people they probably shouldn't. And then we saw it it's the second instance that we saw it in this pay-per-view. And it's just like, granted, you may not have liked the storyline, but why boo Rey Mysterio? How does that get your point across that you don't like what you're seeing?
For one night only, Chicago was Canada. It was Bizarro World.
Also, remember too, like I said in the beginning, this crowd is a mainstream audience, so it's like not all of them are from that area. You're getting people from international. You're getting people from other cities coming into the great city of Rosemont / Chicagoland, and infecting us. And like Vince said, providing that toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
That's not there. That's not there.
yeah.
Here in
There were
Chicago.
no Oba feminists to be found at that time. All
Exactly.
toxic
Exactly.
masculinity.
Probably because he was 4, but all right, guys.
If he wasn't conceived at all, he might have been
But
a fetus.
I also I just want to add this one thing too. I want to add another extra jardiniere on this Chicago hot dog or this Italian beef. Is that me too? Even though I feel like I'm an ally and a homie to the Hispanic homies and the Latino homies, that I felt the moment as well. Like, even though Rey Mysterio is clearly not Asian, but having somebody of a person of color of another representing culture, I felt that it was a good moment as well. I have cousins that are from San Diego, 619, so that was their favorite wrestler because he represented the San Diego. So, like, to me, yeah, it was a moment for me too.
Listen,
plus, I also love the guy from the cruiserweight era of WCW.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, Juss, I've said this multiple times. You're Latino adjacent. Our people were conquered by the same Spaniards. We had the same oppression. Like, it's okay.
We
it's
have the
okay.
same food. Sometimes
same
the
food,
same thing, different ingredients. So.
Exactly. Latino adjacent, bro. Filipinos are Latino adjacent. Filipinos are the Latinos of the Asian community. We know.
Okay, I don't know if this will mean anything to either of you, but I'm from a city called Winnipeg, and my high school was 75% Filipino.
Okay.
And,
of course. Yeah.
And I can agree 100% with that statement. Just being where I'm from.
Living La Vida Loca?
Yeah, 100%. Inside, outside, out. Tori Wilson and Candice Michelle had a Playboy pillow fight.
Talk about living La Vida Loca. They did it there in this match.
Yeah. This was 4 minutes. Praise God for that, because my God, this was Candice. I remember watching, I watched this pay-per-view, and what I like to do is I like to watch some reviews to kind of get some ideas for topics to talk about on shows.
Of course.
And somebody in one of those reviews had said that Candice Michelle worked very good in this match. And I fucking disagree. Like, these ladies didn't work well. This was terrible. And this was 4 minutes to get ready for the Triple H 20+ minute epic that was coming in the main event.
Jesus. Because
you got to get your fucking shit in. You go fucking up, you go fuking down, you go home, victory lap. That's what you do.
That was more Brett than it was Hunter.
Vince, I have to send you a video after this. Needless to say, one of my podcasting idols has done a review of Triple H on Unreal, and you both should see it. Actually, I'll send it to both of you.
Okay. Sounds good.
I know Katie and Matt have already sent their love for it. Anyway, there's nothing for me to say about this. Vince, do you have to say anything?
Yes. So I will say for a Playboy pillow fight, there was no pillow fighting, and I think that was by design. So here's the thing: Tori Wilson is kind of like the poster child for, hey, we're gonna strut out women out there, and it's basically going to be a glorified bra and panties match, so all of these guys can drool over and get attention that way, and it's a way to cool down the crowd, keep them interested before the main event. We've covered WrestleManias in the past where they've done this, I think it was a put-in match or something like that, and some other things like that. Was it the best wrestling match? No. They were given 4 minutes, and at this point in time, I don't think Fit Filling had gotten his hands on the women's division, and even then, they weren't allowed to do X, Y, and Z. How did they start this match? A suplex. Shout out. So they tried, but they weren't given. Here's the thing: you want to make an omelet, but all you've really been shown how to do is how to crack an egg without getting the eggshell in the pan. Now you're learning everything on the fly. You're getting the eggs stuck on the pan because you forgot to put enough butter grease on there. You add too much salt because you're trying to make sure it's not bland. You forget the onions. There's no peppers, and then like you flip it over and it's a little like burns on the one side of the omelet. It's like, oh, because I left too much on the pan. Then you put it down on the flame, and then now it's not cooking, so you put it up again, and you burn the other side. You're trying, but you're not. You were never shown how to make an omelet, and you're just going based on like what you know.
I feel like what you're saying is you're trying to make an omelet, but you're getting scrambled eggs.
Burnt scrambled eggs.
Sure.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. It's exactly what I'm saying. These ladies were trying to make an omelet, and they made scrambled eggs, which I like some scrambled eggs. Again, it was the time. That's what they wanted them for. Just we want you to essentially strip each other down to your bra and panties, get everybody going, and don't do anything. We don't want you to do any wrestling moves. And I feel like they went against the grain because I feel like a lot of stuff they did in here they weren't supposed to do because there was actually some attempt at some wrestling moves. But again, they weren't properly trained, the women back in this time. Mickey James versus Trish Stratus was an outliner, was not the norm.
What was the sign that somebody had that you had mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
Tori Wilson's walking up the steel steps, and then this one tall white dude with a fucking white sign that says, because at the time Tori Wilson had her little like poodle dog or whatever. It's like, Tori, you can keep your dog. I want your cat.
Jesus.
God.
Jesus.
And
I love the fact that it's been 20 years since then. And we're better people.
Yeah, and and I feel like that's the kind of crowd that you had at this WrestleMania, which is why you had Mickey James be cheered, because she's out here doing hot lesbian action that Eric Bischoff promised you, and boo Trish Stratus.
I'm happy you still said hot.
Yeah.
Listen, this is mostly North Shore, Wrigleyville like type.
Yeah.
This is 2006. This is the apex of douchebaggery, college bro era. This is the Abercrombie and Fitch, the Hollister.
It's Blue Mountain State out there.
Come on now. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
But yeah. Anyways, shout out to Hall of Famer Tori Wilson.
Shout out.
Just, do you have any more to say about this?
You know what? I think Finley was just starting at this time to really train the wrestlers. I know he had trained Trish and everybody, but he was really given the leeway, I think around this time, or maybe 2004, to really like start organizing the matches and being the guy, right? But he's also, being a trailblazer at this time, because when he would train them the way that a wrestler is supposed to be trained, somebody would see it and be like, that's not people.
No, we don't want them to actually do suplexes. Just have them pull their hair and scratch each other.
So I felt like he just said, we're gonna do this what we trained, and then we're gonna do this other shit that they want to see. And the only problem is that you have 4 minutes.
Yeah. And it's only so much you can do in 4 minutes with a giant bed in the way. They flip the mattress right away and just like, fuck this bed. And the sloppy
Get the shit out of my way.
Yeah, the sloppiest parts of the match that slowed it down was when they were doing the obligatory "we're gonna rip each other out of our dresses" spot. Because also, imagine having to wrestle in your underwear barefoot. Like, you can only do so much.
Dude, come on.
Like you can only.
How could you do a Black Widow? How could you do a Black Widow submission?
No, come on. No.
Come on.
In lace, bra, and panties, I don't think I could wrestle.
Yeah, dude.
Vince, the next time I'm in Chicago, me and you are gonna wrestle in lingerie barefoot.
Do a Black Widow submission.
We'll do that tuxedo match. We'll do that tuxedo match.
How are they gonna do the Tajiri Scorpion submission in bra and panties?
You don't know what I got in me, Juss. All right, you don't know yet. You're still new here. Oh God! All right, guys. The main event: John Cena, Triple H, the WWE Championship. This match went just over 22 minutes. Entrances, cool. CM Punk, thumbs up, cool. That's awesome.
Wrestling debut. WrestleMania debut.
Yeah, Triple H's entrance was better. It was like no question about that. He looked cool. And also he was the man in this match. John Cena, the whole match looked
Was
like
he?
he was. Yes, I
Was he
100%
that?
agree. Yes, he was.
He had that Hulk Hogan, Oscar Mayer Wiener skin going on. Come on.
No, he did have that, but he had the Harley Race mustache.
Which
and
was
that
horrible. It was horrible.
It was a
it was one of
horrible
his
look for him.
horrible look for him.
It was a
Yes.
horrible look for him. But after I found out it was from Harley Race, I was like, I get it. You know, you're just trying.
I thought he was doing the Hulk Hogan brother because he already had the skin. I thought he was trying to do the face as well.
And the look also gave me seat taken vibes. You know.
From what I understand, Triple H was never a big Hulk Hogan guy.
Oh, I don't think anybody was.
Considering he had to put Hulk Hogan over a month after he won the title after his big comeback.
Right.
So,
Yep.
That being said, this match was okay. It was 22 minutes of okay. John Cena was getting booed pretty harshly at this point. The people were tired of the shtick. He had won the title a year prior.
Yeah. Well, he had won the title a year prior. Then he lost it at New Year's Revolution in January to Edge.
Yes, and then he won it back at the Rumble.
Then he won it back at the Rumble 3 weeks later, and he's been champion since the Rumble. My only thing is, like, I don't get it. Like, they were trying to make it seem like, oh, you know, it's because these fans are traditional wrestling fans. You know, Triple H is a traditional wrestler. Bitch, John Cena is like the prototypical traditional wrestler. Like, this dude like does like the basic drop toe headlock, rest hold. Like he does everything your prototypical wrestler is supposed to do. They were just like, oh, well, he's a hip hop rapper. You know, we like punk rock. You know, heavy metal.
Like, they literally took 5 minutes to like talk about before this match. Like, hey, what you're about to see, it's gonna be weird because the hip hop guy who should be popular because hip hop is popular, he's not gonna be. It's gonna be the guy with the weird mustache and the metal intro.
And it's like they made it seem like Triple H was this traditional wrestler. Like boy, you're barely like one level above like John Cena. Like, if had this been the match the following year, which it almost felt like very similar, where it was HBK versus John Cena, 100%. I can see it was like, oh, this is I can see why they're cheering Shawn Michaels, but like Triple H, come on, he's been a heel this whole time. He hadn't done anything interesting. The best match he's had was that triple threat match, and it was his best friend and the Pegasus Kid that carried him to get those great matches. So like it really felt like, man, like Chicago, you don't deserve another fucking WrestleMania because in the hindsight that is 2026, for you to be cheering Triple H and booing John Cena after what we've seen in the last years of John Cena's career, shame on you. And again, John Cena is still working. He's still understanding and learning. But like, this dude goes down. It's going to go down in history. He's probably the greatest of all time, if not the greatest wrestler of all time. He's the prototypical traditional wrestler. The only reason that he's not traditional is because he wrestles in jorts or cargo pants. If he was in a Speedo or tighty whities or a singlet, y'all wouldn't be able to call him a non-traditional wrestler.
Right.
Oh my God, does this mean white? Does this mean white guy?
Word life. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Word life.
I forgot.
The basic thugonomics.
Oh man, but like honestly, it was just people like, and that's kind of like what I got to. It's like, how are you gonna boo Trish Stratus? How are you gonna boo Rey Mysterio? How are you gonna boo John Cena? Like, y'all look like corny ass like nerds trying to be like cool, like in the know wrestling fans. Oh, we're so cool. We're gonna boo the baby.
This was the start of all that.
This was the start of
literally. This, you know what?
We're six. Yeah,
I'm gonna say
sounds like Chicago started some shit a long time ago.
I'll remember. It's not all Chicagoans.
It's not Chicago. It's Rosemont Horizon.
It's Chicagoland area. And also, we're getting people from other states filtering in
Yes,
and
yes.
building the toxic masculinity that we are talking about.
Exactly.
But how, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get like some of the reasons for booing. But I will say, I believe 2006 started the sweaty era, the sweaty fan era.
Yeah. Because
I believe
I don't know.
IWC started at 2006 WrestleMania.
This is like the beginnings, like
because Facebook had
the
just really popped off at that time. I think we're 2 years into Facebook.
MySpace, was
right?
high.
Exactly.
Shout out to Tom. I think it was in the prepubescent stages of the IWC.
Yes,
Say what?
It was the infancy of the IWC.
Exactly. So, honestly, like it just like in hindsight, like it wasn't really Chicago, and that's the thing with like when they come to the Rosemont, it's like there's this thing here in Illinois and in Chicago where people in the Chicago suburbs or in the Illinois suburbs, they like to claim they're Chicago, but hate everything about Chicago. They just want to like, oh, I'm from Chicago. Where do you live? Oh, I'm Schaumburg. You know, like I'm in Melrose
Prospect Heights.
Yeah. Like no, you're not Chicago at this point. You're basically like Illinois, Indiana. Yeah, that's what you are. You're basically Indiana.
No, Prospect Heights. You're Illinois, Wisconsin.
Yes.
It's more
yeah. At this point, you might as well be a Wisconsinner or or an Indiana.
I will also say too, like I live in Bolingbrook, a Chicagoland area. I'm not that type of person though. I know where my lane is. But I'm definitely not that type of person.
We went completely right off the trails here, my fault.
We did. We started talking about like Chicagoland area.
It needs to be talked about. Some people don't understand. Overall, if you don't live here, you know.
It's true. It's true. Any overall final thoughts about the main event?
I don't.
A lot of staring.
Yeah. I will
I don't get why. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go. You go first, homie. Go
ahead. I don't get why they had to do a Rocky-esque montage with John Cena. We all know that he's making shitload of money, but they had this man changing in like a closet to get ready for the main event. You know, like
and then coming out like
a hip hop rapper.
Monster.
Yeah, he had his own album. He at that point, I believe he was the most selling merch guy at that point.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, he's making the money. I mean, a lot of things that, you know, the champ is here. He's basically royalty at this point, but you had this man still think that he's an underdog, like changing in the closet to get ready. That's the part that kind of irked me, you know?
Yeah. That's the one thing I didn't like. I will say I think a lot of the reason why a lot of the crowd did start to turn on John Cena leading up into this WrestleMania was look what you did, because like a year ago he was one of the most hottest baby faces, dethroning JBL, being WWE champion. What's the first program that he comes over on Raw? Chris Jericho. What happens? He beats Chris Jericho. Everybody loves Chris Jericho in 2005. They want him to be world champion. What does he do? No, he beats Chris Jericho. He gets fired and he gets thrown into a trash truck, a garbage truck. Then what's his next program? Kurt Angle. Oh, everybody loves Kurt Angle. We want to see him world champion. He beats Kurt Angle. Right. Then what happens? Oh, Edge cashes in on him. Like after he wins the Elimination Chamber, what happens? 3 weeks later, he's champion again. There's like
which I didn't get. They killed that wave. They killed
John Cena's momentum. Yes, they put him against 3 great wrestlers, 3 great programs, 3 great heels. But it's like a situation where like CM Punk versus Finn Balor. Like I love CM Punk, but I want Finn Balor to be world champion. And I'm upset. As much as I love CM Punk being champion, I was a little upset that Finn didn't walk away with the title. You know? Right. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Chief Keef said, just like Chief Keef, Chicago native. That's the shit that I don't like.
That's that shit. But yeah, no, the match was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't
a WrestleMania main event.
No. They should have swapped this with the world title match.
WWE now, it's a WrestleMania event now for this day's level. Yeah, but maybe. Not then.
Yeah.
Not then.
Yeah, I guess. No. Oof.
They should have swapped it out. They should have had the triple threat main event and give that more time. Let that go like 18, 20 minutes. Oh man, it would have been a fantastic WrestleMania.
Definitely. I also will add Triple H, never go back to any color boots other than black. This is the second time he did this. He did purple, which is god awful. And then he comes back with the white. And it's not all the way white. He's still got the black midsole. Like, I'm like, I don't understand.
It's like a slutty white, Like, it's not full on white. It's like a little gray.
I can't hold my liquor, type of white, like you're holding up the bathroom because you're dragging your friends in there to help you hold your hair up while you throw up. Type of
yeah. It's like it's the slutty white.
Yeah, come on now. God. Come on now. Oh, like you're the slutty white drunk that comes up to you and be like, "Hey, you look like Joe Coy. Did anybody tell you that?"
Oh my god!
Like that type.
Oh, I can tell you, I've never had that happen to me.
I think that's singular to Juss between the three of us. Oh my god.
Well, okay, guys. This for the first show with the three of us together. This has been
hold on. Rylan, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I do want to say that I'm glad Bret Hart decided to opt out of appearing at WrestleMania, so that Eddie Guerrero and the Guerrero family had their moment.
I don't know if that's why he did it. It might have been.
I'm not saying that's why he did it. I'm glad he wasn't there so that moment can happen.
Yeah, he said, "Fuck that." Like, I got my award. Fuck y'all. You're not gonna trot me out.
He was uncomfortable. Like Howard the
fuck you and Bill Goldberg.
It's uncomfortable.
Oh man, I could sit down and listen to Bret bitch about Goldberg and Triple H for an hour. Like it's great TV. It's great.
I mean,
he has the same cadence of talking as my father when he's telling a story. So every time my dad tells me a story, I'm like, yes, tell me about the dungeon. Please tell me about the dungeon.
It was just a basement.
You're thinking it's gonna be like King Cooper's like level,
right? No, it's just a basement with a ring in it,
with like the old school wrestling exercise bike in the corner.
Yeah. You see the little imprint of TJP's. No, not TJ's like a little like spiky hair that he had.
No, but shout out to Bret Hart, man.
Random shout out to Bret Hart at the end of the show.
Come on now.
For not showing up to the Hall of Fame. I love it.
He showed up to the Hall of Fame. He just said fuck WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly.
Fame. Yeah, had some good stories. He delivered a good speech.
Apparently.
This Hall of Fame class too. I also want to give a shout out too.
Yeah. Apparently Bret Hart, because he was inducted by Stone Cold. I think Hogan tried to go up to both of them and like shake their hands or whatever, and both Austin and Bret Hart both just like no sold him and just ignored his ass.
Yes,
that's the story.
Listen, Stone Cold and Bret Hart need to be at every Hall of Fame because they repeated that same vibe when Triple H gave them the award.
Bret did not give two shits about Triple H.
Bret and Stone Cold had the same vibes, man. I mean, Stone Cold was a little more apologetic, but deep down, they're like, yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
So they need to come back to every Hall of Fame and just be like those two old dudes at the Muppet Show just talking shit. That's what they need to come back at. Just no selling. Yeah.
My favorite Bret story is him introducing the AEW World Title, and then him's like, I didn't know what the fuck they were. I didn't know what an AEW was. They just tried me out there, and I brought out the World Title. The one and only appearance. He had no idea what the fuck AEW
he was. Carrying like he didn't care.
Oh, by the way, here's the title. Like, I guess you're a big deal. I guess.
Like he's like in the line with the groceries. You know what I'm saying? And
well,
it's like
he thought he was in an indie show. Apparently,
yeah, he thought it was an indie show. It's like this is just a paycheck to me.
He's walking in like this is all right. These guys did good on this house. Like Jesus, man. Like Good for them. Good for them. We'll see them do this
Oh,
twice.
gosh.
Let's see them do this twice.
Oh, my God.
Okay, guys. We have two more things to get into before we get the hell out of here. It's been a
All
long show. God, we're almost at 2 hours. It is
Are
time
we?
to give
Okay.
you an official rating. We are at 1 minute, 1 hour 50 minutes right away. So time to give it the official rating. I'm giving this show a 3 for the Money in the Bank, Edge versus Mick Foley, Ray versus Kurt versus Randy, and Mickey versus Trish. And that's all I'm giving it, the 3 for.
Okay.
3 out of 5. I'll give it just over a pass. Nothing special about this WrestleMania. The crowd, Vince, I will agree with you. They were shit. I
we don't deserve
while
another WrestleMania.
While I at the time I wasn't into Rey Mysterio winning the title. While I was watching it 20 years later, I felt terrible for the guy because I'm like, oh, this is your moment. This is your moment. And these people are fucking shitting on
on
you.
it. Yeah.
So I felt that definitely. So yeah, 3 out of 5. Vince.
So I enjoyed the tag match to start. I liked the Money in the Bank. JBL put on a technical clinic. Mick Foley Edge was a classic. I enjoyed the shenanigans between Booker T and the Boogeyman. I like a good Boogeyman. Trish and Mickey were really good. Mark Henry and Undertaker didn't suck. It was just there. HBK and McMahon again. Nothing terrible. I wish it was less, and I wish it was Eddie. Triple threat match felt very rushed, but it was still a fun match that I liked. Tori Wilson and Candice did what they could with what they were given, and I like John Cena and fuck the crowd. So I'm gonna give this show a 4 out of 5. I would have given it more, but nothing was like too great, and what was great didn't stick around long enough for it to be all time great, you know. And I think that's what this show was missing, something that was all time great. And I think the only match that really did that for me was the hardcore match between Mick and Edge. Everything else, I probably wouldn't go back and watch unless I feel nostalgic for Rey Mysterio.
That's fair. That's fair.
Or Boogeyman.
Just.
You know, I'm gonna give it a 3.7.
3.7.
So I know it's a little bit high.
Wow. Ooh, we've never done a 0.7 before. That's exciting.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Okay. First things for everything, you know.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 0.7s. No, but I give it a little bit of a high score, just because, when you watch WrestleManias now, like they're kind of a work. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you watch WrestleManias back then, especially that kind of like Ruthless Aggression, exiting the Attitude Era, like there was still a pace that you could still watch the whole show from beginning to end. That like it won't kill you and it won't like oversaturate it. I mean, I think now we're kind of domesticated into the TKO, pointing out the where's Waldo celebrities that got free tickets and like just shouting them out. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that some of them aren't real wrestling fans, but I know that some. I mean, come on, Travis Barker. Let's be honest. Like
Hey, shout out to Jeff Teague.
Jeff Teague in that. I mean, the most recent fans that they showed are wrestling fans. Jeff Teague, Lil Yachty. You know what I'm saying?
Giannis,
those guys, shout
exactly. Out to Giannis and Tedecumbo and
Giannis Tedecumbo. Those guys have been wrestling fans, but like some of the ones that when they did the whole Netflix thing that first started, come on now, let's be honest. Kourtney Kardashian, come on now, she ain't watching. But like, yeah, for me, I'll give it 3.7. There's some good rewatchable quality,
Yeah.
All right. Well, the final thing we do on this show every single month is we award a Lance Storm Award recipient for each of us. I'm giving it to Rey Mysterio. I'm giving it to Rey Mysterio because Rey Mysterio won the world title and was never appreciated properly for it. And that's the theme of the Lance Storm Award.
Yeah. He had 3 world title reigns, maybe four with the WWE title one. None of them were very appreciated or did anything with, unfortunately.
I don't even remember him having another world heavyweight title reign.
Because he had the title reign where he won at Fatal 4-Way when it was a pay-per-view and Jack Swagger was the champion at the time. And he won the title and then immediately got cashed in on by Kane.
Yes.
Yeah, I Forgot about that
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
No, wait.
Ooh.
That was the Fatal 4. That wasn't the Fatal 4. That was the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. But he
Yeah.
had won it a third time. That was either the second or third time he won the world title.
Wasn't one of them the championship scramble thing?
No.
No. We
that was
covered
all-
the scrambles.
We just did
We
that.
covered the one
Oh,
and
yeah,
only.
yeah.
We covered the one
yeah.
and only scramble.
I kind of like. Okay, anyway, we'll talk about it later. Okay.
Yeah.
We talked. We like our championship scrambled.
Vince, you're Lance Storm.
Listen, I think there's only one answer here. This greatest technical wrestler of all time doesn't get the appreciation he deserves. Shout out to Black Jack John Bradshaw Layfield. My God, greatest technical wrestler of all time doesn't get the credit he deserves, even though he earned the title in his WrestleMania match here. Fantastic man, fantastic commentator on AAA, and babyface turn JBL being woke on social media is not the move I thought I'd see in 2026, but I am fucking here for it.
Who knew that we'd love JBL and Kevin Nash in 2026? Like,
Wait, what? No. We do not love
Maybe
Kevin Nash.
JBL. Maybe.
Oh
just
wait, I
JBL.
forgot.
Maybe
I
just
forgot
JBL.
about that more recent Kevin Nash thing. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
We
Just
talk
JBL.
about the Javon
All right.
comment.
Yeah,
Okay,
just JBL.
I forgot about the Jim Cornette.
Just JBL. JBL. JBL's fine.
Jim Cornette, it's like a broken clock. He's right two times out of the day.
Yeah,
like
kind of like that relative where you're like, you don't know where he's gonna say, you know what I'm saying, and you're hoping for the word, you're hoping for the best.
Yeah,
but you know it's gonna be the worst. Yeah,
yeah. No, that's what it is. But shout out JBL. Shout out JBL.
Yeah.
Shout out JBL.
You missed it, Just man. His mustache wheeling cowboy blackjack days. Ooh.
Oh, I
Man,
watched it
those were-
all. I was there for. I was a teenager at the time.
No, I meant like you missed it, like covering it with us.
Oh,
Like, it was-
covering. Yeah, I listened. I listened
Yeah.
to it. That was hilarious. Yeah, my fault.
All right, Jess, Lance Storm.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go from the left field here. As I do, I'm gonna give 2 Lance Storm awards. All right.
Okay.
Because your guys are so good, I feel like I can't copy and paste what you guys said. But the first Lance Storm award, I'm gonna say, is from the night before at the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
John Cena delivered one of the greatest Hall of Fame promos with doing the whole impersonation of a sportscaster, doing a thing like that, and giving a great introduction to the Fridge Perry for the Chicago Bears, the 1984-85 team. He did great in that that induction speech, and it kind of set him up for great promos that was gonna come. I mean, he didn't really have that type of like rah coach promo until like years later, but you can see that it was building in that way. The other Lance Storm award I'm gonna give to Randy Orton. Knowing the time that he had, knowing the limitations that they were going to have in this match, and if you know at that, like I said earlier, this was douchebag era at its peak. Randy Orton was the definition of that at that time in the locker room. But when it came time to wrestle, he knew exactly what he needed to do. Right? I'm going to sell. I'm going to do this. I'm going to tell the story. I'm going to do the psychology. I'm going to do all of that. Yeah, he doesn't get enough credit for. Because this is like he does it again in the triple threat match at WrestleMania with Batista and Daniel Bryan, where he's pretty much the point guard. He's running all the plays of keeping on pace and making sure everybody is where they're supposed to be. So I got a shout out to Randy Orton.
Not only that, but also
sorry.
Not only that, but also just being time conscious, knowing that Rey Mysterio had this long ass entrance. He went out there, lifted his arms, got his little pyro, and then ran to the ring. He ran to the ring. He's like, 30-second entrance. Let's go. Come on.
Right. And if you remember at that time, he took his sweet ass time with that.
Yeah,
shit.
he would do the slow, methodical, like walk Saunders to the ring. So for him to be like, come on, let's go.
Right. And in the promo that he had with Batista in the beginning, where they had a backstage promo, Batista slaps him on the chest. And Randy Orton starts rubbing his chest and like acting like it hurt. He didn't have to do that shit. But he knew that it's game time.
Yeah.
So
game time, Randy.
the Manaconda.
I'm sorry, Rylan. You were saying before we both started talking.
I wasn't. I really wasn't. Well, guys, for everyone who has listened all the way to this end of this 2-hour first edition of the 3-man Wallop Rewind podcast, which I'm very excited about, get excited because next week, you're getting another edition of Wallop Rewind with the 3-man.
It might have to be 2 because it's the first 2-night WrestleMania. We might have to split that up in 2 episodes.
Oh, I don't think so, dude. Like it's
We'll see,
what,
we'll see.
3 hours total? Are you sure? I'm pretty sure it was only it wasn't long, was it?
Yeah, between both nights, yeah.
Oh my god, dude, what are you doing to me? This is one of the reasons why I didn't want to do that. All right, I've watched already 10, 15 minutes of it. So here we go. So we're gonna do Panamania next week. And maybe the weeks after, we're just gonna be talking about WrestleMania all April.
Why not?
But that's fair. That's fair. With that being said, though, firstly, Vince, again, thank you for doing this. But just
of course.
Thank you for coming on, and thank you for being a part of the team. Welcome to the team.
Yeah, of course.
I'm looking forward to watching WCW 2000 with you, man.
Yeah, don't forget the donuts. Don't forget the donuts next time you come. You got to do the rookie hazing.
Hey, I'll do that.
We're gonna fill up your car with popcorn. That's what we're gonna do.
It's like, this is a hazing at a clown college. Like, guys, get him with the water balloons.
Right up my alley.
All right. With all that being said, for all of you who've listened to all the way to the end of this podcast, thank you very, very, very much. And you have been rewound.